What's going on, everybody? In today's video, I'm going to be discussing the cold email customer journey and why you need to have an optimized social footprint. Now, this is one of the biggest mistakes that I see with all of my clients or prospects who are new to cold email, and even those who have some experience but aren't getting great results. I'm going to walk through the customer journey and the steps along the way that the prospect will go through and the research that they do to ultimately decide if they want to engage with your cold email. Now, I'm going to start at the beginning. Basically, like the first step to any campaign is defining your ICP, right? So understanding exactly who you want to be reaching out to. It's going to be your ideal fit client or the clients in the past that you've worked with that you've been able to generate the best results for, who have been the most profitable, who you've retained the longest. Look at those and build your list based on that if you're having trouble figuring that out in the first place. Now you have your ICP. You want to build a list of prospects specifically in that ICP. From there, you want to develop your copy, put out a campaign, and configure your sending infrastructure. So we do horizontal scaling infrastructure for all of our clients. We're not going to get into that in this video, but effectively, this is what allows you to send cold emails at scale. Now, these are the main components of what you need for a cold email campaign. Once that happens, you can put it out, launch it out to the market, put it out to your prospects. They start to receive the emails, and now you start to gather some data. Now, what happens when a prospect actually receives your email? They open it. If they're interested, great. They are not done yet. You're not obviously booking in immediately, so there's a few steps along the way. If they aren't interested, it's a bad fit, they're going to go away and tell you, not interested, unsubscribe, or just not respond at all. Now, if they are interested, what they're going to do is they're going to look at your email domain and they're going to paste that into their URL. They're going to go to your landing page. Now, what happens then? First thing, they're going to see your headline, which is ultimately your offer. It's going to be at the top of your page. Ultimately, your offer is what is the result that the client can expect in achieving and working with you. For us at Lever Growth, we have a lead generation offer where we're helping clients book between 5 and 15 new client meetings each month. Now they look at that, they'll scroll down. We recommend all of our clients have what's known as a video sales letter or a VSL. This is in effect a quick video that describes exactly what your offer is, the ins and outs, the process, who you've been able to help achieve results for in the past, and answers all of the questions or the objections that they might have. This is the single most clicked element on my landing page, aside from the meeting booking link. So it's really important to have that if you don't already. So once you have your video sales letter and they've clicked that and they've reviewed it, okay, this is interesting. They want to continue to do research on you. They're going to scroll down the page. It's recommended that you have as much social proof as possible. So social proof is anything that's going to prove that you're legit and that you can do what you say you're claiming to do. Now, the way that you prove that are through case studies, testimonials, even if you have other content or YouTube videos that basically show your expertise, include those on your landing page to build trust with the prospect and ultimately make them believe that you're able to do what you say you can. Now, if they're still interested, great. If they're not interested, again, they're going to bounce. They're going to go away. Can't prevent that. Now, if they book in, awesome. You're going to put them into a pre-meeting flow. If they are interested, but they are not yet ready to fully engage, they're going to do some more digging and more diligence. Now, this is kind of where it gets a little more important to have a fully fleshed out online footprint. So what they're going to do, they're going to Google you. They're going to make sure that you're not in the news. And if you are in the news, hopefully it's good stuff. They're going to check out your social profiles, namely your LinkedIn profile, especially if you're selling B2B. They're going to look at your profile. They're going to make sure that you exist. They're going to see that you are who you say you are. If you post content, they're going to review that, see if it's resonating with them, see if it's thoughtful, useful content. If all those things check, then you're one step closer. Now, they're going to keep going. Oftentimes, people will check out all the different social profiles like YouTube. YouTube, I'm really bullish on. Everybody watches YouTube to learn for the most part these days. And so it's a great website to post content, you can get it SEO ranked for your specific market and the pain points that you solve. Now, they'll take a look at that. They'll listen and watch your content. Again, if that's good and they like what they see, they're going to continue to look into you. They'll check out your other profiles. So for example, if you're posting on X, if you're posting on Instagram, if you're posting on TikTok, they're going to find it. Oftentimes it's good to just post knowing that people are going to do research on you. So that's why it's really important to put value-focused content out on as many platforms as you can to wherever your buyers live and wherever they hang out. Now, valuable content, that's something that we'll touch on in other videos, but for the most part, value can be defined as simply as, does it have utility? Does it teach somebody? Does it show them how to actually solve a problem? Now, if you can say that it has utility, then it's likely worthwhile to post. So if your prospect finds any level of utility, they've learned something, they've checked out your profiles, and they like what they see, great. They might book in. They might not be interested anymore, in which point they'll leave. If they're interested, but they haven't yet booked in, that's okay. They are going to reply to the email with some questions, right? People often want to know more about social proof. So like, what specific case studies you have relevant to me? Or do you have other things you can share on your process? Or what kind of pricing does your service, product, or solution have? They'll ask those questions, which you'll have to ultimately address in your email response. But typically they'll come back with one of those three questions as the vast majority of interested replies. Again, once they do that, they'll still continue to look at you. Maybe they'll follow you. Maybe they'll add you on LinkedIn, and they'll continue to just take a look and suss you out as you manage and nurture those leads. Now, again, if they're interested, great, they're going to book in. If they're not interested, you're out of price for them, or any number of reasons why they might not be interested, they're going to bounce. They're going to tell you, hey, not for us. That's okay. If you don't get a book in from an interested reply, continue to follow up in perpetuity. People get busy. There's a million things that could happen in between the time that they've responded to you and the time you get back to them, which is why it's really important to reply as quickly as possible. But if you can't reply in the first 5 minutes, it's not the end of the world. Just make sure that you put them on your follow-up list and follow up in perpetuity. Continue to add value each step of the way. Again, value can be defined as some level of utility. Is it useful? Continue to share useful content with your prospect each step of the way. This can be done with sales assets, case studies, new YouTube videos, Gamma docs, Miro boards, lucid charts like this, whatever you are putting together as part of your marketing and sales. Now, you continue to do this, you're either going to convert them long-term when the time is right. You've established that you have enough social proof. You've established that you are an expert in your field. You've established that you can help that specific type of client achieve a specific result. If you check all those boxes, great. They're going to book in and you're going to run your sales process and hopefully close a deal. If not, they're going to bounce. It's not the end of the world. With sales and prospecting, no is just one step closer to a yes. So take it as a win regardless. Now, this is broadly how the prospect customer journey looks before they even start to take a meeting. So as you can see, there's so many steps along the way, and it's really not linear. And so people are going to make sure that you are somebody who they want to do business with. And the way that you really showcase this and present this is through having your social profiles locked down. So if you have any questions on what that actually looks like for your specific use case, feel free to shoot a DM to me. But otherwise, hope this was useful and catch you in the next video. Thanks.